Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. As I always say, I have to say it again, justice is not situational. It's not when you like it, you apply it. When you don't like it, it's against your interest. Okay, and it should be across the board. All of us should obey the laws that we all agree. Obviously, some people with certain kind of ideas would not. What happened? Did you know that PepsiCo and Mars are international sponsors of war? Well, here it is. This is Ukraine lists PepsiCo and Mars as international sponsors of war, per Ukrainska Pravda. September 1st, 2023. Now, my question is, if these guys are listed as sponsors of war, what would be the United States of America? Or let's narrow it down to the White House, narrow it down to the US Congress and Biden administration. How about that? What are those guys? Sponsors of war or not? Why? Because there would be no war if Ukraine would not fight back and defend itself, correct? So they're participating in this war. They have to, I know, those evil Russians attacked unconditionally and all that. Okay, I have a different take on that. The things are a little bit more nuanced than, these are bad, these are good, unprovoked, and we are the victims. Now, unfortunately, the victims are the Ukrainians per se, not, these guys, weasels in charge of the Ukrainian nation. So, let's see how these guys discovered that, how they figured it out that PepsiCo and Mars are international sponsors of war. International. Unbelievable. National Agency of Corruption Prevention has added American companies PepsiCo and Mars to the list of international war sponsors. Despite the declaration of reduction of their business, cessation of advertising activities and production of their products, these companies continue to work in Russia, paying taxes and supporting Russia's economy. PepsiCo. Thus, the PepsiCo company, which announced the termination of advertising activities and production of beverages in the Russian Federation after the beginning of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, unprovoked, you missed that thing, resumed the production of 7-Up and Miranda beverages in August 2022 under the Evervest and Frostil brands. Oh my God, these guys go to the 7th generation. Old Testament here. Later, in March 2023, the production of Pepsi drinks resumed under the brands Evervest, higher price segment, and Lyubimi, favorite, lower price segment. Apart from that, PepsiCo launched a new brand of lemonade called Ruski Podarok, Russian gift, in a box, in the country to replace the discontinued products. PepsiCo continues to manufacture and distribute other products such as crisps, snacks and dairy products. PepsiCo Lay's chips were found in the food rations of Russian soldiers. Yeah, we can live without those chips. I've never had them as a child, and I never felt that those chips are something that, oh my God, whatever. So here we have it. Pepsi's Lay's chips were found in the food rations. Okay, quote from NACP. Thus, PepsiCo continues to actively support the Russian economy and accordingly sponsor the aggression against Ukraine. There were no attempts by the company's management to condemn Russia's attack on Ukraine. Did not condemn it. That means you're guilty. So you have to show up like we used to show up in the communist times, and we have to say, yes, I pledge allegiance to the dictator or something, and if I don't do that, they're going to throw me in jail. These guys have that kind of mentality, you know what I mean? But whatever, man, that's their right to do that. But that's also our right to comment on that. PepsiCo continues to work in the Russian Federation with an increase in revenue in 2022 compared to 2021. In particular, the revenue of PepsiCo Holdings LLC for 2022 increased to $2.59 billion. Net profit increased 333 percent to US $525 million. Taxes paid to the budget of the Russian Federation for more than $115 million. Good. What can I say? Mars. Now we can have Mars. Some candies, whatever they're, bars, chocolate bars. Mars promised to reduce business in the Russian Federation, but factories continue to operate there, with increased revenue in 2022 compared to 2021. In particular, the revenue of Mars LLC for 2022 grew to $2.45 billion. Net profit grew by 59% to $337. Taxes were paid to the budget of the Russian Federation for more than $93 million. In addition, the Russian branch of Mars LLC publishes an announcement on recruiting new personnel. They're expanding. More than 100 current jobs on the personnel search site. Well, my friends, what do you think? What do you think? But the other guys that give you weapons to kill people, actually, they call it defense aid. Because, those cluster munitions are just for defense. Right? But anyway. Things are always, not always, but most of the time are in a gray area. That's just a proportion. I didn't know that you have to, as a business, just to go over there and say, well, no, what, I condemn that and I'm going to lose money because of what you're doing over there. I don't think Mars should care about Ukraine. I don't think Mercedes should care about Ukraine or Russia. They're not here promoting things. Well, they support the war, but who says? We know who says, but they're supposed to agree with one side only, because that side tells us the truth, and that's the way it should be. There is no other way. It's an unprovoked attack, and the Ukrainians are the victims, and they are helped by the good people to fight the evil. And whomever is with those evil people, by association, they must be evil. Why? Because that's the way they decided. Bad, good. That's a very childish worldview. But unfortunately, they talk with adults with child brains. What do you expect? Never been around the block, not even halfway, so they don't know what's going on. Anyway, my friends, I don't think that's Ukraine's business, but they can do that. I mean, it's within their right to list these companies as international sponsors of war. It's 100% their right to do that. I'm just commenting that you're helped by other companies as well, and some other people might see you, Ukraine, as a tool of some evil guys. So, you see, it's not necessarily the way you say it or the other guys are saying it. It's kind of, look at them. But, that's, as I said, Ukraine can list you as an international sponsor of war if they want, for whatever reason. I understand Ukraine's reason here, don't get me wrong. They can list whomever they want. But it's kind of like hypocritical. But if you look at it, that's their take on this. We are the attacked ones, we are the victims, and those are the aggressors. But I think that's not the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I think they're ignoring knowingly the other side of the story that will kind of balance the whole, we are the only victims here and those are the evil Russians 100%. I don't subscribe to that because I don't think it's like that. I think the fact that NATO, United States, and the Europeans and big military industrial complex has a big hand, and the energy sector of some big countries also have an interest, and the financial system, which is banks, also have a big interest. So I don't subscribe to 100% victim, 100% aggressor. But hey, that's me. Am I entitled? Am I going to arrest me for that? Yeah, send them over, Red Rover. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.